All right, we are back. What's going on, YouTube? I'm Rob,
And this is Nick.
and today we are going to be talking day trading strategies, specifically the best day trading strategy. So, Nick, I'll let you take over because you are our day trading expert and let them know what they got to know. What is the best day trading strategy? The one to rule them all, that if someone can use this strategy, they can implement it right away and it will change the game for them. It'll be the one thing that they need to know or use on a consistent basis to be successful and profitable in day trading. So, Nick, break it down for us. What is it? How do we use it? And just give it to us straight.
All right, here we go. Just to introduce myself a little bit, my name is Nick. I've been trading for 15 years now, been doing it full time for the last year and a half or so. I've been into cryptocurrency since 2014. I exclusively day trade cryptocurrency because I love the technology. However, I have been profitably day trading for the last 2 years, and I've accumulated knowledge of trading. And I've tried every single strategy out there over the last 15 years, and I found one that worked. Yeah, day trading for 15 years. I found a simple strategy that I use almost exclusively now. I don't trade with like those like NASA screen headquarters with like 3 monitors and have like indicators all over. That's all garbage to me. I've learned like there's just a few simple tools and tricks that I use and one main strategy that I trade with, and we're going to talk about that here right now. I have the XRP price chart pulled up here right now. We are on the 30-minute chart. Let me zoom out a little bit to the daily chart so we get a much better picture of what's going on. So what is the strategy that I almost exclusively trade? I don't even know like what I would call it. Maybe a breakout strategy. It's basically a very high probability strategy for success, and it gives very clear entry and exit points with also very clear price targets. And I'm going to walk you guys through exactly my thought process of how I pick an entry into a trade, how I pick an exit, and also how I pick a stop loss. Those are the 3 things that like any trader needs to know and also needs to stick to, because it's one thing to hear this stuff, but it's another thing to actually take what you have heard, digest it, and then actually act on it. That's like the mistake that I had to learn for myself. That was a very big mistake for me. Is like I would hear all the right things. It's just a matter of acting on them and acting on on your knowledge under stressful conditions. And trading is extremely stressful because you are seeing your account go up and down 15, 20, 30%, sometimes in an hour. And it causes a lot of stress. So enough with the the theory I just like sharing this stuff because I've paid so much tuition into the markets over the years. I just want to share this stuff. This is very valuable stuff I'm sharing, Rob. Okay, so I entered a trade on XRP last week when it broke out above this blue line. So this is the breakout strategy. This is my main strategy I use for day trading. So you may ask me, like, why did I choose to enter a trade right here, right around 43 cents? Well, if you zoom out, like this is a very long-term I actually need to go past the daily. Let's go to the weekly chart and see like what the heck XRP has been doing ever since the beginning of 2021, where we were at $1.80. It's been in a downtrend this entire time. We've gone up and touched it, boom, resistance. Gone up and touched it, boom, resistance, and gets knocked down every single time. However, I was so excited a week or two ago when this thing broke above this blue line because I'm like, I can make a massive trade here. So let's zoom in and go over like how I picked my entry, what my price targets were, and what my stop loss would have been. Okay, go ahead.
So it's a trend line, correct?
Very simple trend line.
Yeah. So we have a video on that, how to draw trend lines, which we will link in the description box below this. So you can check that out if you don't know how to draw trend lines. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to execute on this strategy. So keep going.
All right. So
All right, we're back. Had a little technical difficulty. Our mic collapsed, but here we go with the breakout strategy.
All right, I lost my train of thought when that mic fell. Okay, so entry point is something that is very important. I chose an entry right at this breakout level of 42 cents, 42.8 cents. What does that? So we also need to pick an exit point and also a stop loss if this trade goes against us. So one of my favorite indicators is the Fibonacci's. Fibonacci retracements. If you see it on TradingView, it's this box right here. You go up here, pick Fib retracement. What I'm going to do is start with like a local peak and just draw. I picked this local peak and then this local bottom to draw those fibs out. So when we broke above this long-term trend line, I know that once this thing starts firing up, it's going to see resistance at any of these levels up here. So a good exit point would have been 50 something cents on this trade. I actually entered at 42 and I think I got out probably around 51 because the price was moving so fast when this thing broke out. I decided to just book my profits early rather than letting it wait because I didn't know if we were just wicking up and this was going to be the resistance. So I just took the profits there right around 50 cents. So in terms of picking your price target, I like using Fibonacci's in order to see like how far the thing can run before it runs into resistance. Now, you also need to have, so we have the entry point on the breakout, you have your resistances, you have your exit points. Now, you also need to think about stop losses. At what point would this trade become invalidated? It would become invalidated very quickly. If we just kind of popped up back above here and at any point we kind of dip below this trend line, that would have confirmed to me that this was going to be just another, like it was just testing the resistance again before we go even lower. So that's why I consider this a very high risk reward, because look at like your price target. Your initial, you're going to make your price target would be 42, 47 at your initial exit. And if you want to exit up here, like the percentages on that are, especially if you're leveraged, you're going 42 to 46 cents. That's 10%. And 42 to 55 cents, that's like what is that, like 15, 20%? Especially if you're leveraged, you can make 100, 200% on a trade. Whereas your stop loss, if this thing broke out and then initially pulled back, I'd probably be getting out as soon as the thing fell below like 40 cents. That would confirm to me that this thing is just, this trend line is still acting as resistance, and I would just get out of the trade, cut my losses short at a small loss, and wait for another entry. And that's actually kind of one of the harder things to do in trading, is being patient and waiting for the right time to enter. Sometimes doing nothing is the best thing for a trader. So Rob, do you have any questions on kind of that simple breakout strategy that explaining?
Yeah, so a couple of things just to recap here. You gotta be able to read the charts to be able to do this. So you got to get comfortable looking at charts, looking at trends, reading charts. But just to summarize, pick a coin that has some price action. You got to draw your trend line, right? Which will link a video that can teach you that. Then we go Fibonacci, and that's going to give us our entry and our exit, our entry and
our entry came from right here. The Fibonacci's gave us our price target and our stop loss. Really, you could have.
Okay, so the trend line will give us our entry,
Uh-huh.
and then the Fibonacci will give us our price target to exit the trade and our potential stop loss. So all that combined is the breakout strategy, because if this works out in your favor, you're catching a huge breakout. And in this case, Nick caught this, textbook play. It couldn't get any better than this. And he got out at the perfect time. He knew when to get out. He didn't, what a lot of people will do is, and I've done this myself, is I'll get in a trade and I'm up 100%. And I'm like, oh, this is going to keep going. and I can make so much more, so I'm going to hold it, and then it ends up coming back down, and then I close a trade at maybe 20, 30, 40, 50% when I could have just locked in at 100%. So if you follow through the strategy, you'll know price targets, when to get out. So I think that's very important. Otherwise, you can, potentially not lock in those gains and lose more than you would have anticipated. So pretty interesting. If you can catch trades like this, you are going to be golden. And it only takes, like, if you can do this once a month, if you're patient and you don't look for the home runs every day, but you're just consistently looking at the charts, and you can catch a trade like this once a month, twice a month, you're going to be up huge. So it doesn't take a lot. It just takes, you got to be consistently following the market so you know when to get in, because you don't want to force trades. I think that's another mistake people make, is forcing trades. But overall, that's breakout strategy, unless you got anything else to wrap up with, Nick.
Yeah, I want to zoom in a little bit, and because I still do have a trade on for XRP, and I want to explain to the viewers, like, this is like the downtrend breakout. There's also another one. It's very similar to downtrend breakout. It's called like a bull flag breakout, and that's what I'm trading right now. So if we zoom in on the charts, we are painting a just beautiful bull flag right here for XRP. If you don't know what a bull flag is, it looks like a flagpole. It's this big green candle, and this looks like a descending channel flag right here. The entry point for this is going to be above, I'm going to draw another little trend line here, above that trend line right there. And we can draw the fibs on it again, get price targets, but I'm actually kind of happy with these price targets. Actually, no, I'm not. Because my price target for this breakout is going to be around 62 cents. And I'm going to see if I can explain to you guys why. Yeah. Well, and I'm going to pull it down because this candle didn't close right there. All right. See all the fibs right there? My price target, if this bull flag breaks out, is right around 60, 61, 60. I'm going to probably close before it gets up to this resistance. So I'm currently on a trade. If we break out of this bull flag, that's just like, we're very close to it right now. We're kind of just riding along that line. So if we break out of this bull flag, I am very confident that XRP is going to make a rip up to 61 cents approximately. Not financial advice. I'm just letting you guys know what I'm doing, how my trades are set up. So yeah, if anyone out there wants to copy this trade, go for it. Yeah, happy to share my 15 years of trading knowledge with you guys, and hope you guys can make some money with it.
All right. Just to reiterate, not financial advice, and we'll catch you in the next one. Thank you, guys.